While doing Rama, first one or two lines of a very touching bhajan welled up in our heart. It was in Tamil, a great bhakta of Shabrimala Ayyappan. He had composed it. Just like, when the intensity goes up, with all that I have done, still you are not hearing, The words are like this. Ekanta vasa ennayadu mesha, enkural yattavidevu. In spite of my calling, you are staying alone. Ekanta vasa ennayadu mesha. Who is the indwelling reality? Who is the ruler of me? In spite of my calling, did you not hear my discourse? Ekanta vasa ennayadu mesha, enkural yattavidevu ireva. So that should be the feeling. It should come up well from our heart. You have been making us to do this Rama for many years now. Why don't you please make me aware of your presence inside? You made me know that is the password. Make me the password to enter into your mansion. And I am doing it. Not for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days a week, for decades together. Still, as soon as the session is over, I am back to myself. Have you not heard? Are you hearing? Like that issue. I am not asking you. You get better view. We are asking him who is seated within us. Have you not heard our Ramna? Day first day we were talking about the greatest hurdle, the pride. Today we should be aware of the purpose of the japa. Question: can the repetition of mantra not be an obstacle so far as it may become automatic and mechanical and hide from us the real path? A very, very practical question. Because we all say, Guru has said, Guru is the panacea, Guru and God are one. These are not simple words, to be very blunt. We don't mean anything. So that is why he said, are they hiding our real path? Because we are easily, unknowingly, we are deceiving ourselves. Are we? Can the repetition of mantra not be an obstacle so far as it may become automatic and mechanical and hide from us the real path? For decades we have been standing. We have not been able to open up the unlocking has not been done so far. So as we develop normally allowed. When I am guided by these words, am I really hiding my real path? Let us see what Papa says. Papa, in that case, we do not know why we are repeating the mantra. What is the aim? To get our mind purified by constant remembrance of God. Taking God's name, doing japa means that we are trying to become conscious of God. Because the mantra, the name stands for God. When we tune ourselves with the name, we tune ourselves with God. That is the purpose of repeating the mantra. Without it, the repetition becomes merely mechanical, does not help us in any way. We must knowingly repeat the mantra and become conscious of God by understanding the object of such repetition. In a most uncomplicated manner, Papa has given answer. This is addressed to people like us, not to the novice, not to the beginner. Otherwise, the beginner will get never started. So as we keep on chanting, and as we keep on feeling that I am yet to feel his nearness, then the question comes, and then the answer comes. So slowly, Papa is introducing us the right dimension, the perspective with which chanting is to be done. To somebody, certain ragas try to evoke this feeling from the bottom of the heart. Just like, when we were repeating it, immediately we remember the Guru Kirtan. Again, have you not heard? I have been calling you. This morning we were reading an article of Papa. Call on the Lord. Papa says, he is there, eager to come and rush towards us. And what are we doing? This feeling should be there. He is ever ready inside. He has not locked himself in a room and we have to open and call him. No. The article will definitely help us. But reading and reading will not help us much. That is the simple truth. Simple truth is, reading alone will not help us. Time will become. Kindly you.
Hari Om, kindly mute the audio, please.
We should come to the bottom. Let's read out. Call on the Lord with all love of your heart. Concentrate all your longing in that God. Only this much propaganda. Concentrate all your longing. You may be sure that God will respond. Thus it was a great devotee of the past and present, entitled themselves for his infinite way. The language of love is simply irresistible. Just as a child by whispering talk charms and captures the heart of the mother, so the true devotee by his frank and plaintive words of love, not the other way. Heart is the veena and devotion the fingers. How do we call him? That matters much. With love, with respect, with tenderness, with adoration. Nobody can teach us that. No? A particular type of mental makeup is necessary. Hari Om. Hari Om. Hari Om. There's a difference. Same words are there. Even in the Ramana, is there a real intention of calling him? Just like we remember that poem of that particular paragraph. Because it wells up in your heart and that you are praying to the deity of the Guru, I am not hearing you. With all the power of man, heart is the veena and devotion the fingers that play upon it to infuse a magic spell in the call of the Lord. Hence the devotee employs sweet music for his appeals and prayers to God. He cries and weeps for God, extols and glorifies Him, talks and holds communion with Him in a rhythmic language of love. He sings and dances when he has found his beloved. He is God. Love overflows in tears to his eyes. Purity, peace and light permeate his entire being. This is the culmination of his utter devotion and self-surrender. Purna Bhakti. Papa is giving a graphical, a bird picture. Really logic. We don't know whether we are right in telling this based upon our past experience. No, you are staying alone. So by then, you are down. The effect will be definitely different. Still sadhana. For getting us acknowledged, when we send a letter, the letter will reach the person to whom it is addressed. In certain letters, we would like to have the acknowledgement, AD. And if we want an acknowledgement from him, that he has heard our thing, what should be my attitude? To get the details from the required and then to ensure that he replies that we are fine, Similarly, the AD, Ramnam should go along with the AD. Ramnam should not go like a letter. The acknowledgement letter has it come. After 10 days, we get a small card. You all remember, registered with the AD. Otherwise, how will we know it has been? Normally, when I write a letter, unregistered letter, we get a reply. So we know it has reached. That's why you are replying. So when suppose we keep on writing and then we don't get the reply, we normally send in a letter to the AD to ensure that it has reached there. And then immediately how the communication should be. So if we have not responded, we know now that it has not been with our heart full. Pray to Him, sing of Him, dedicate yourself to Him. He will grant you absolute peace and bliss. Nay, He will reveal Himself in your heart, absorb you into His transcendent being, thus make you realize that you are the very embodiment of His own cosmic peace and joy. He will then give you the vision of beholding Him everywhere. You will behold your own supreme self manifested as the entire universe. Love is your way, love is your hope. All on the Lord. Have you found anything sweeter than His name? More charming than the sound of His name? If you have real love for the Lord, you will reply, certainly I am not. Then there is no need for anybody to tell you that you should sing on the name and be inebriated with the divine ecstasy associated with it. You will find your life has changed into a song of eternity. Who could adequately describe in words the wonderful glory of the beloved's name? He who has tasted alone knows what it is like. Oh, taste it. Let the name illuminate your heart and intellect, fill you with floods of joy. Sing on His name with all love and devotion. Embrace the beloved in the recesses of your heart. What blessedness then is yours. Can you now hold such a precious possession in comparison with all the riches of the world? Name, fame, wealth, in the evanescent world are as nothing to you when your heart has once drunk the nectar of the beloved's name. Therefore, sing on His name with one-pointed devotion. The beloved awaits you. You have only to take His name, He runs to you. When are we going to have that experience? How simple it is, yet how difficult is many whose love for the beloved is not as intense as their attachment to the perishable bowing of the world. And finally it says, it is very, very important. Direct your thoughts within. Listen to the call of your own voice. This is the preparation. Direct your thoughts within. Listen to the call of your own voice. And the responsive word of the beloved will come to you. to hear my own prayer. Then there is exclusiveness. Mind is not going out. The mind has got the real conception of God, with form or without form. And then, like this, Yakantavasa, Eneyadu Nisha, Enkural Yattavillayo. Did you not hear my voice? He says, when you hear your own prayer, direct your thought within and listen to the call of your own voice, and the response word of His beloved is coming. The responsive word of the beloved is coming. And you will discover that He is within you. Verily the beloved is in the heart of His devotee. Mingle your life in the ocean of His existence. Expand your heart to meet the infinity of His love. Widen your vision so that you may be bathed in His life, power and joy. Now you have become the beloved beloved. Now you are one with Him. Oh, the power and greatness of the God. Call on Him. Sing of Him. Be ever blessed. And when Papa talks about the purpose of Japan, and in the character of the hero artist. So the question was, can the repetition of mantra not be an obstacle so far as it may become automatic and mechanical and hide from the real path? Fundamental question. Fundamental question. All of us who have been chanting should ask this question. Why is it that I have not heard? That means the path is different. If the path is okay, I should have heard it, no? Primarily, in that case, we do not know why we are repeating the mantra. Everybody repeats, I am also repeating, that's all. What is the aim? To get our mind purified by constant remembrance of God. That is the aim. Why am I chanting the name? To get our mind purified by constant remembrance of God. Taking God's name, doing japa means that we are trying to become conscious of God. Because the mantra, the name stands for God. When we tune ourselves with the name, we tune ourselves with God. Here the doubt will come. If the concept of God is not clear, we are only aiding these words. When we tune ourselves with the name, we tune ourselves with God. If there is no clarity on the word God, there won't be any tuning. That is we tune ourselves with the name, we tune ourselves. That is the purpose of repeating the mantra. Without it, the repetition becomes merely mechanical, does not help us in any way. We must knowingly repeat the mantra. When we give the alarm at 5 o'clock, it automatically rings. Like that we are also chanting. Automatically. That's why he said, no, knowingly chant. You should know that you are chanting. What does it mean? You have to ask ourselves. What does it mean by hearing these words, knowingly chanting? We must knowingly repeat the mantra and become conscious of God by understanding the object of such repetition. We must knowingly repeat the mantra and become conscious of God by understanding the object of such repetition. The object of such repetition is to become aware of His presence. knowingly repeat. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. When we knowingly repeat, you will find how the mind is totally concentrated on the mantra only. We do not feel an exclusiveness. When we say knowingly repeat the mantra, every word, the 14 word mantra, every word, Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Automatically also it will come. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram. So many things. Still standing goes on. So now I realize there are two types of chanting. Same view. One is consciously chanting, the other one is automatically chanting. Papa wants us to consciously chant. Is that clear? This is very important for us. Because our only prop, only support, only thing is Rama. The time has come for all of us to understand how to chant consciously, how to become very clear of the object for chanting, so now we can put when we read all of the Lord and His word, what comes to our heart is that bhakti, The same kirtan which we said now, when we concentrate on the raga and the accompaniment, we will lose the theme. That is also nice to hear. But this is consciously chanting. The other one is automatically chanting. When we do the automatic chanting, at that particular moment there is a joy, because there is a cessation of all the activities. That's all, no positive. But in conscious chanting, there is not only a cessation of activities, but there is a positive lining. Why we remember this particular kirtana now, he saw one bhakta when they are on his brother, for 40 days, 41 days. Every day evening there will be bhajan during the Sabrimala season. So in the evening, after their bath, they will come, they will have Saranambali, they say, each participant, each one was taken above, has to repeat minimum 11 times, Swami Sharavaya. With all the attributes he will bring one by one. And then the bhajan will start. When this bhajan was sung by the Savi, we were very near to him, we were watching him. Just like the bhajan. Tears. He had closed his eyes and just that. Singing this. Tears of devotion. And it touched everybody's heart. And after the singing was over, for a few minutes, I should say, a few seconds, there was a total pause. Pause and voice. There I am. Telling it up. Because it came from the heart. Yekanta Vaka, Eneyar, Misha. Yen Kural Yetavidiyo. Yen Kural Yetavidiyo. That's the most important thing. Did you not hear my voice? Gubiyal Tirmane. You are the all-pervading reality. You are not only the integrating reality, all-pervading reality. Vannambara Periyuvane, 18ஆம் படியில் வாழும் பத்மாசனம் கொண்டவனே, ஏகாந்த வாசா, என்னையார் மீஷா, என் குரல் எட்டவில்லையோ. So it was knowingly chanting, and in the heart, like Papa said, heart is the veena. Music is the singer. Make him there. Devotion, the figures that play upon. So this bhakti, the heart is full of bhakti, dedication, subservience. Even MS, when you are remembering, it is a full, that is why it is remembered. And she thinks, Vaishnava Janatavo, or Hari Kumaru, or we were sharing in the, it makes it see, MS, was invited by UNESCO. And then she had to Chennai, the team, accountant. And although the CVs were not there, so somehow we happened to see that. Yes, they have got this new title, when we go for any movie, first it was statutory that there will be some new title, film division. So film division used to take out all these things. And so we, luckily, when you go to the field and publicity department, when you ask them, they will give you the food. And then you can play and give it back. So it was through that we also came to know about the whole program. The audience was full. 90% were non-Indians. So many songs, but one song we still remember, even after nearly 60 years. 55 years. Venkamuradiha. We were watching the entire audience, they don't know the language. They don't know Carnatic music. Gadam, Mridangam, violin, these were the accompaniments. But we saw everybody was enjoying. Vrindavana Taraka. Sri Rangapurima. And MS will become one with Ranganatha Swami. Glorified Ranganatha Swami. You might have heard about Ranganatha Swami, in Trichy. Vijay Ranganatha Swami, like our Trivandrum. Ananta Padmanabha Swami on a live poster. We can't see him in one form. So the Lakhs and lakhs of people go here every day to get a darshan in the Saptastika. He is drawing lakhs and lakhs of people. So, somebody has composed this. Sri Rangapuradiha. And whether the people know in language or meaning or in, because of their bhakti, Veena is the heart, devotion is the finger. She was able to make everybody but pointed. 3 hours, they gave patient hearing. They gave a standing ovation to her. They may not be able to explain, but they have a joy. They were all initiated into classic music. They were all initiated into devotion. They were all initiated into a different thought which they never had. God. So the purpose of all these things, when Papa brings out this call of the Lord, through which all these dimensions are now coming out one by one. Are we applying the same thing when we stand there? If not, can we do that today also? That's all. In many cases, probably a slight adjustment only is necessary. Because we all, it is not that to satisfy somebody we go for Radha. It is for our own satisfaction, our own joy that we go there, no doubt about it. There may be some instrumental cause that this session on this particular day somebody should take the lead, somebody. That is a Javahari Maharashtra. But basically, intrinsically, essentially, everybody has a taste. So probably only a small adjustment we have to make while repeating that. Then we must know immediately and become conscious of God by understanding the object of such repetition. When we understand the object of such repetition, Papa will become aware of God. Once again, we will take the question answer. Can the repetition of mantra not be an obstacle so far as it can become automatic and mechanical and hide from the real path? Papa, in that case, you do not know why we are repeating the mantra. If that is the case, why are we repeating? What is the aim? To get our mind purified by constant remembrance of God. Taking God's name, doing japa means that we are trying to become conscious of God. Because the mantra, the name stands for God. When we tune ourselves with the name, we tune ourselves with God. That is the purpose of repeating the mantra. Without it, the repetition becomes merely mechanical and does not help us in any way. We must knowingly repeat the mantra and become conscious of God by understanding the object of it. So ultimately, we are also development of devotion. Yesterday you were telling about that vibhakti and vibhakti. Same. There was yesterday, we suddenly remember, in Kerala, in Guruvayur, there were 2 prominent mantras. One is called Vyasatu Narayana Deva, who wrote his Bhagavatam under the text of Narayaniya. He is classed by himself. Even there is a story how they are prompted to write this Narayaniya Bhagavatam. He had some romantic baby. he couldn't get any relief from any Vaidya, any treatment. So finally he sent to his Guru. The person, who took his message to the Guru, he conveyed, this is a problem here, what is to be done. I don't know how to translate this into Malayalam. That is calmness in us. Vajan to Uttamarevu. Ask him to start from fish. So they were orthodox Brahmins. So this person who heard this, he doesn't want even to utter that. And how are we going to give a reply to Narayana Bhattacharya? So he went back with a big faith. And then the battery is low. Then, did you meet him? Yes. What did he say? I don't know how to say that. What did he say? It is very difficult for us to implement it. What did he say? Finally he brought it out. It made it, Narayana Bhattacharya could understand. He wanted the glories of the Lord to be written right from Madhyavadana to Satya. Bhakti. Showing the height of Bhakti, Bhattacharya. The same Bhattacharya, he was an exponent in Sanskrit. At the same time, there was another simple Bhatta by name Sundar. He was also in a movie. He had written in Malayalam a wonderful composition called Jnanapana. Anybody who knows Malayalam knows they will enjoy. It is a harmonious blending of Bhakti and Jnana. Many thoughts are there to probe deep into it, and at the same time, the subservience of the higher Lord is also maintained in its fullest spirit. You have to tell the time, there is no. So he composed. And being Narayana Bhattacharya was the most learned Bhatta, authority, he gave and requested it, will you kindly go through this and give me your approval? See, with all the height in Bhakti and Jnana, still they, 2 days back we read about the pride, remember? This entered into him. Then he thought, if it is Sanskrit, I will look. It is Malayalam, somebody in Malayalam can look. So he told him, anybody who knows Malayalam can show him. So the man felt hurt, deeply hurt. And suddenly his Bhattacharya developed an unbearable thought from He couldn't, he couldn't take medicine, he couldn't take the food. He rushed up to the Lord. Right? You see, their Bhakti and our Bhakti, anything they will concern, they know something about anything. And when he prayed, intuitively these were the words. We all learned it, in our when we were doing a 9th standard or 10th standard, this poem was there. Yesterday we remember. Keriyarina Mepathurin Bhaktiyakal Undanathana Vibhaktiyakal Undanatin Bhaktiyana Krishna. Vibhakti means grammarian, exponent. There are. He says, rather than the excellence and exponent, the capacity to write, explain in Sanskrit of all my glories, I still prefer the simple bhakti of Sundar. Keriyarina Esvathurin Bhakti Ekal, Sundana Vivakti Ekal, Sundanatin Bhakti Ayake. Immediately he realized his mistake. He went rushed up to Kundan, touched his feet, apologized, and then took up, and then took, and he got over his engagement. So this is Bhakti. Not that Kundanam meant anything bad to anybody. God could not reconcile. Mataji used to say, none of us used to understand. If you hurt anybody, you are hurting Papa, no? None of us understood. But this example will give us the idea. Oh, how is hurt? How they are, when they hurt somebody, how God feels hurt. And Rashasam. Esvathurin Vibhakti Ekal, Sundanatin Bhakti Ayake. So everywhere the weightage is more and more for Bhakti. That we should know. So Ramnama chanting must be done with Bhakti. Not with any other technicality. Bhakti means devotion. No? So the finger of devotion. Finger of devotion in the heart of Veena alone can produce the fruition of your talent. Wonderful, wonderful. Papa is giving us a wonderful explanation today. Now you look here, he gave a small thing, and he made us to refer to a beautiful article called Call on the Lord, where he gives us more and more explanation about what he is talking about today in a one-page dialogue. This shows his love for us. It is not that he just wants this program to go. He is watching us. Within and without, he is watching us. He wants every one of us to really take advantage of the wonderful opportunity he has provided to us. Unknowingly, we have not recognized. Knowingly, we will never. We have full devotion towards him. We have great respect for him. We have faith in him. I don't know whether we can call it a faith. We have believed in Brahma, no doubt. We have believed in Papa's word. But today, by talking through these words, he makes us to realize that standing is okay, standing you are happy with it, standing is good, but have you ever checked out whether what the purpose for which you are standing? The purpose is to do it. For that you have to knowingly stand. Otherwise it is likely to slip into a superficial. So today Papa has given us enough food for contemplation, because it is something directly linked to our sadhana. All of us who are hearing this are daily chanting Rama, whether collectively or individually. So we need some more guidance for it. Today he has provided the guidance. Let us all make use of it to the best. Assimilate as much as we can. And then hasten our growth. Hari Om. Tomorrow and day after holiday. So we will meet on Wednesday. Sufficient time for us to try this knowingly chanting. Sufficient time is there for us. Please mute your voice. Please. It's very important, So during the next 2 days, we will all try To consciously chant, number one. Number two, to recognize that we have been provided with a wonderful veena, like art. We have been given a wonderful thing called finger, called devotion. And then we combine together, we try to chant. And eke out the maximum, the maximum out of the chanting. Hari Om. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om. Shri Ram.